I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH, for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. You're watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shirley Ustawan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it. And the film that we're watching this week is
KELUANG MAN.
KELUANG MAN. As in, he's from Keluang, is it?
No,
Like
it's
Thomas,
KELUANG.
like our friend Thomas. Okay, so as we all know, well, we know, hopefully you all know, hopefully you all know that every year there is the Japan Film Festival that is organized by the Japan Foundation Kuala Lumpur.
Yes.
It screens Japanese films in KL and all the cinemas, right?
Correct.
So this year, some of these films that will be screened at the festival is being streamed online for free for everyone to watch.
Yes.
Now, in conjunction of this screening, the screenings will go on from now until the 1st of August. Right? And in conjunction of these screenings, the Japan Foundation is organizing a competition for all of you out there. What do we do about this competition? What competition is this actually?
Okay, so first you have to go to JFF Theatre and create an account. So that's where you are watching all these films, because the films are all being streamed there.
Yes.
So the films are from different prefectures in Japan.
Yes.
And they are like a lot of films, so you can watch all of them.
Yeah.
So you go to JFF Theatre, you make an account, and then after that you go and download the form that has 6 questions.
The competition form, right?
The competition form. You download the form which has 6 questions in regards to the films, and then you go watch the films lah.
And then you answer the questions.
And then you answer 3 of the questions.
And then you send it
And you
in
submit it via a Google form.
by the 1st of August.
By the 1st of August.
And then you stand a chance to win goodies
from the Japan Foundation.
like chopsticks,
No!
raw fish,
Also no.
ebico,
Maybe. We
Sashimi.
don't know actually, we don't know.
edamame. But yeah, so that's the competition. Now the 6 films that are being streamed, right? They're really good films. We have watched the films and we are also reviewing these films. And follow us if you want to see our reviews and our thoughts about these films, right? So yeah, that's it. Okay. So we watched
KELUANG MAN.
KELUANG MAN. Well, KELUANG MAN is a cartoon series on TV that came out many years ago in the 90s. I want to say I watched it. I did watch a few episodes, but it was horrible. The storyline, the animation was no match for any of the cartoons and animation series that were out on TV that came from outside of Malaysia. You know, it was no match at all. It was funny, yes. I think it was also a bit satirical and a parody of Batman and all that. And it was a bit funny, but after a while, it doesn't really capture your attention, so that's the context where I'm coming from, and in case anybody has never seen KELUANG MAN before this, that is it lah. But this movie, I don't know, is it a continuation? Is it a Is it a coming off from the original series? Do we know?
Is it an origin story?
Or is it? Oh yeah, it could be an origin story.
Okay, so coming from a person who never saw KELUANG MAN,
But you know of KELUANG MAN.
I saw the comics. I remember seeing the comics in school, and some of my friends reading it. But again, wasn't very interested.
Yeah.
So, not because of KELUANG MAN or anything. I just wasn't interested lah, I guess. And then, yeah lah. So it was never on my radar until the movie came out, and then we had to go watch the movie.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in KL were not interested in it because it was not in English. Urban people lah, because like, and again it was a time when I don't know, local content was horrible lah. That content, but a lot of people liked it.
Okay.
A lot of people liked it. So yeah. So what was the film about?
The film is not a Batman story, which they repeat a lot in the film. It is the story of, it's basically the origin story of KELUANG MAN lah, who is this guy named Borhan, and how he came to be KELUANG MAN. That's the overall story. I really kind of don't want to spoil it. So yeah, it's in a nutshell, it's a story, the origin story of KELUANG MAN, with like some other stuff put inside.
I don't know why they didn't call it like KELUANG MAN or whatever. I mean, Keluang is also a bat, right?
Is it a different kind of bat?
Yeah, there are many different types of bats.
Because like in the film, at one point they said, oh, itu bukan keluang, itu kelawar. And yeah, I was a bit confused. But anyway, what do we think of the film? I thought I thought the film was actually, I went in with pretty no expectations because yeah, again, no context of what, I mean, you know that it's about KELUANG MAN. In a way, I kind of guessed that it would be an origin story, but again, I wasn't really sure. But then when we went in and we watched the film, I actually had a really good time. I thought it was a really entertaining film, in that turn off your brain kind of entertaining. But at the same time, Malaysia is really going off on this macho man brotherhood discovering feelings trope. From Blood Brothers to now this lah. So which I really appreciate. I really appreciate this kind of other side of masculinity situation where there's still a lot of fight scenes, still a lot of explosions, but a lot of kind of raw male emotion and affection for each other. This whole there's it seems to be a, I don't know, maybe the KELUANG MAN is just the second one, but I feel like it's becoming a little bit of a trend, this chosen family trope also. Yeah. Yeah, so seeing that on screen, but it's not portrayed in a way where it's very it's not like Blood Brothers, you know, it's that is the whole film. And then the Blood Brothers direction and style is also different from KELUANG MAN. KELUANG MAN is very fun lah. It's very fun, very entertaining, some parts of it is quite light, but I still felt like it had a very strong storyline. It had a very strong core. The messaging was interesting, I felt. And overall, I just had a really good time. I really enjoyed watching it. I think it's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got all these like comedians in it also, and it's just a really entertaining film lah.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun film too. It's very entertaining. It played a lot on nostalgia. I think they were trying to get that crowd, you know, the people who have already grown up. They were watching KELUANG MAN when they were kids. there was one very annoying guy sitting in front of us who was singing along to it. And then every nostalgic joke that referred to the 90s, he would have to explain it loudly. I don't know to who.
To his children.
But his kids were not listening to him. And obviously he wasn't even talking to his kids. He just wanted to like, oh, I know that reference. And it was annoying and it was pissing me off. And he was snoring at certain points in the film as well. And I kicked his chair. I wish I could have kicked his head.
Rude.
Yeah, he was rude.
He was very rude.
He's very rude.
To be fair.
Yeah. But yeah, it was trying to play on nostalgia, which is great, you know. A lot of the references I got, you know. I like the Maria Mariana reference. I like all the... There were many cameos by like old-timer comedians, you know.
But also new cameos from some people that you've seen in certain very popular Astro Shaw series recently.
Yeah. The only thing is, it's not a perfect film. It's not a perfect film. I thought it went on a little bit too long, and there were holes in the storyline. Because towards the second half of the film, they were trying to show like character development of KELUANG Man and all the characters involved and all that, and how he came about his so-called adopted family and all that, isn't it? It felt like they didn't tell the story in the first half. So when they suddenly started talking about it in the second half, you know, you would think like, oh, where did they refer to it earlier in the film? Because it was nowhere. Maybe it was even longer, the film, and they had to cut these bits out, I don't know, but there were a lot of holes in the plot lines. Especially when it came to the second half, when they were referring to things that were never revealed in the first half. Especially when it came to like the character development and history of the character. So I thought that was a big like lag lah, you know. Yeah. So I mean, if you have common sense, you can put it together lah. You know, you think a little bit. Okay lah, you can deduce, you can assume certain things lah. But I wish it was actually clearer. You know.
Which is the part that you were unclear at?
Many parts, like. It's going to spoil it lah.
Oh, okay. Then
you know, like how he and his brother is, you know, what was the history there, and then you know, the part where he has an adoptive father, right? Again, how, where, you know, like there was nowhere in the story in the first half to show that it developed into that.
God.
No, into like why? Yeah, yes, there was small things, but there should have been more. It didn't show. There were no scenes there. There were nothing. You know, I don't know. Maybe if you guys watch it, because if I were going to explain everything, it's going to spoil the entire story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was many holes lah, many holes. Like I said, you can assume, you can easily like fill in the blanks for yourself, but that is probably not 100% accurate because you're filling it in yourself, you know, unless that's what the filmmakers want lah. But I don't know, it just didn't feel like it, you know. Why would they want you to fill in gaps like that? You know what I mean? Especially between the relationship between this chosen family lah. You know, yeah.
It was very, I think, binary. You know, it was like, it was very binary. First they were one thing, and then suddenly they were another thing. And then suddenly they were another thing. Yeah. So it was there. Yeah, there was no scenes to fully develop how that relationship grew or changed. Yeah. In a way. Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, it looks nice. I like the comedy in it. I like how because throughout the entire time that KELUANG Man was on TV last time on RTM, I remember. Oh, there was another reason why I didn't really watch KELUANG Man also, because on other channels there were other cartoons that were much better. I was watching Doraemon. I was watching Inspector Gadget, which had more captivating storylines lah. During the whole time the comic book and animation series and all was out, everybody said it was a copycat of Batman. Everybody, you know. So, but it's great that they didn't take it seriously. Like they made a joke out of it, which is so funny, you know. And I thought it was good. There were a lot of one-liners that were also very, very, very nice. I like how DJ Nas, right? Is that the guy? DJ Nasty. He was the one who played Borhan, right? He really had the look and the vibe of KELUANG Man from the cartoon. Yeah. You know? Which is nice, you know? Yeah. I like that Roshamno was there. He didn't really showcase his acting skills, but you know, I'm a fan of Roshamno's acting, you know, and he was okay, you know. And you know, I like to look at older men No, older men who don't look as old as they really are. He looks good, right? For somebody his age, you know, and he takes care of his health well. Yeah, you know, yeah, it's a fun film. Would you tell people to watch it?
Yes! I would tell people to watch it. I think a lot of people are still... There are a lot of films out in the cinema right now. Now it's the school holiday period. Everybody's watching Agent Ali 2, as they should. As they should. You should be watching Agent Ali 2. It's a great film. But also, at the same time, go and watch KELUANG MAN as well.
KELUANG MAN is going to be overshadowed by Agent Ali lah.
Yeah, it is already being overshadowed.
It's not even as good as Agent Ali lah, okay?
But it still deserves a watch.
You can watch it,
Yeah,
you can watch it.
It still deserves a watch.
Actually, I also wanted to say that it was shot very nicely. Very dark, very... Yeah, it's quite nice too. Cinematography-wise and all that. Yeah.
It's got a nice, that nice balance lah of a film that doesn't take itself too seriously, but is still managing to deliver a good story. I do agree with you that it was quite long though. It was a little bit draggy at parts.
Yes, it was 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Could have been
Could have been an hour and a half.
Could have been a lot tighter. Yep. So go watch it.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
You know? I know there are a lot of KELUANG MAN fans out there. Let us know what you think of the film, being fans of the series or the comic book and all that, how you think it plays into the whole KELUANG MAN world. Alright. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so like this video, don't like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms at FAT BIDIN, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I am Shoaib Usman.